All right, it is a Friday afternoon, and I am I'm on my way to get a haircut, and I've been putting it off, for a little while, and I thought that I would share this experience with you because it's actually quite suspenseful, for me, to get a haircut is. For most people, it's anything but suspenseful. Usually people are creatures of habit, and they go down to the same beautician or the same barber, and they walk in and they say, I'll get the usual, But for me, getting a haircut in Budapest is actually anything but the routine, because. I'm gonna make this experience both interesting and suspenseful. So to give you a little bit of background on the suspense aspect of it, when I was living here in Budapest some time back, I was dating a wonderful girl, and one day I told her that I needed to get a haircut. And she told me that there was a barber right by her office. She was working for the Prime Minister's office here in Budapest, and right around the corner from the Red Line. They call it the Red Line. There's also the Blue Line, and there's the Yellow Line. But she went to work on the Red Line, and right around the corner from the station, which they call Állomás here. But anyway, right around the corner, there was a barber shop. So I went in, I told her that I wanted to get a haircut. And as I was getting ready to leave with her that morning, I said, do me a favor, write down on a piece of paper how I want my haircut. Because I'm sure that the barber probably doesn't speak English, or if he does, he probably doesn't speak English very well. So write down on a piece of paper how I like to get my hair cut. And she did, and she wrote, just a little bit off the top, get rid of the sideburns. This was back in the day when I actually had more hair, but right now I don't. I don't have a whole heck of a lot of hair going on. But nonetheless, so she wrote down on this piece of paper how I like to get my hair cut. And I walked into the barber, and there he was, and I gave him the little piece of paper, and he said, yo, which means good, good. So anyway, ever since then, when I walk into the barber shop, he smiles and he greets me, and he walks over to his little junk drawer, and he pulls out this little scrap of paper. And interestingly enough, I could be gone from Budapest for years, such as I've been on this trip. I could be gone from Budapest and walk in, and he'll greet me with a smile and pull out the paper. So we're gonna go see if, first of all, I gotta see if he's still there. One of these times I come, maybe he'll have closed up shop. And so we gotta see if he's still there. Number two, we gotta go and see if he's open. So if he's still there and he's open, well, you know what I mean. If he's still there and his shop is open, we will proceed to get a haircut. And I want to get a haircut because I'm going out tonight. And I actually brought a couple nice pair of outfits to go out. So I'm going to go out tonight, and I think I'm going to go to a restaurant called Tom and George, which is right by the Basilica. So with that in mind, we're going to proceed and go get the haircut. And as far as the interesting part of getting a haircut, I know there's those of you out there that are thinking, what the hell could be interesting about getting a haircut? And then there's those of you out there that are thinking, God, Tom, you can make anything interesting. So not actually. So what I'm going to be doing is, as I proceed to get the on my way to get the haircut, I'm going to just point out a couple things of interest. So with that being said, let's just continue along. I'm just crossing the street right here. You got to be careful when you cross the streets in Budapest. You got to be careful when you cross the street anywhere. But that being said, you know, as many times I've been here, I've never gone on the big bus Budapest tour. Maybe one of these days I should. So anyway, one of the cars making it interesting, I was going to just share a couple things as I walk along. And right now I am approaching perhaps one of the more beautiful buildings here in Budapest, and this would be the Basilica. And the Basilica is just really a beautiful, beautiful building. I'm not going to go inside at this particular time. Perhaps I will have an opportunity to go inside on another day. But you can see as I pan up, there's the dome, and it really is beautiful. Up at the or inside the Basilica, they have the hand, the enshrined, preserved, whatever you want to call it, hand of István. Was it István? Or it's, oh, who is it? The name forsakes me. The founder of St. Stephen, I believe. This is St. Stephen's Basilica. But anyway, the gentleman that founded Hungary, they when he passed away, they saved his hand of all things, not his foot, you know, not his ear. They saved his hand, and on the 20th every year they have the holiday, the national holiday, and they bring his hand out, and they have this procession, and his hand is in this just gorgeous jeweled case, and they bring his hand out, and they have a big ceremony right here in front of the Basilica. So they'll have a big ceremony, and then when the ceremony is complete, they'll march his hand through the streets of Budapest. So you can see, give you a nice view of the Basilica here. And I would think that if you go back through my videos, you will actually come across a video or two of myself in the Basilica and maybe the hand. But you know, an interesting story about the Saint István Day. It was István, I believe, his name, Saint István. But well, István in Hungarian, I think, is the word for Stephen, translates into Stephen. But anyway, the one particular year they were having, as I show you the marble here in front of the Basilica. So one particular year here in Budapest on August 20th, somehow or another, I got arrangements to have a VIP access to the, look at this. See, I told you I would make it interesting. Okay, so I had VIP access to the ceremony, and they had all these bigwigs sitting out here in the audience. They put up all these chairs and everything, and it's very, very crowded. And I had VIP access. And during the service, the Mass, they came and they got me out of the crowd. And I came up with my little camera apparatus. At the time, it was a 360-degree panorama. You had a fisheye lens, and you put it on a tripod on a device and rotate it 4 times or something like that. But I came up out of the crowd, and I was photographing the I was actually photographing the hand, if you will, the ceremony. And somewhere in my archives I've got that footage. But with that being said, I'm just going to keep walking along, and it won't be too long before I get up to the barber. And let's just hope that he's still open. Show you some of the buildings here as I walk along. Really is nice. I think I've said it numerous times in my videos that can't tell you how much I am not missing the Florida heat. I can't stand the heat and the humidity in Florida during the summertime. It's just uncomfortable as all get out. And those people that live there, they'll tell you what, well, I'm inside all day long, so it really doesn't matter. It matters, but it's just like the people that live up in the cold winters of the north tell you that they like the change of seasons. All the while it's 30 degrees below zero and wind chill factor of minus 50. So I've got to kind of find my way around here. But anyway, well, I lost my trend of thought. So I'll just continue walking, and we'll come on back here in just a bit. All right, so as I continue to walk along, I found myself thinking, I woke up today and I was thinking that, I've been in Budapest. I've got, from yesterday, I have 2 more weeks. At least what's scheduled. I have 2 more weeks on my apartment here, or lakás as they call it in Hungary. I've got 2 more weeks, and I thought that, I've been, as many times as I've been to Budapest, and as long as I've spent in Magyarország, I've been to most places in this country, most of the big places. I've been to Sopron, I've been to Eged, where my grandfather was born. I've been to Debrecen, I've been to the Great Puszta, I've been to Szeged, I've been to Kecskemét, I've been to Balaton. I've been to a lot of places, but there's one place that I've never been to. And I thought to myself today that, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I contacted the guy that I'm renting from Airbnb and asked him if I could cancel a week early. And he said I could. And so next week, I'm gonna be going to a very, very special place. And I'll keep you in suspense as far as that is concerned. Here is a beautiful fountain that is here on the way to the barber shop. Oftentimes on a warm day, you'll see children playing in this fountain. But what is of interest, I was walking by here the other day, and there's a memorial to Holocaust victims right over here, and I'm going to kind of walk you past that and let you see. Very touching. Very, very touching exhibit here. Not exhibit, memorial, if you will. I actually went to Auschwitz, and as I understand it, there were more Jewish people killed at Auschwitz from Hungary than from any other country. So you can see. of you know, between 1920 and 1945, 600,000 Hungarian people were outlawed, robbed, and sent to death by Hungarian authorities, not the Germans. So it wasn't the Germans that sent them to their death, but it was actually Hungarian authorities that did that. Okay, so with that underway, let's lost my train of thought. It looks like they have something going on here. They're setting up for something. Probably this weekend they have some type of a festival going on. Probably maybe a beer festival or something. Just like any big city, there's always seemingly something going on. Now over here is where you're going to get the langos, I believe. This would be. This is such a wonderful dish here. You can see that's basically fried bread, and then they have different toppings on it. You can get sour cream. Here it looks like some chicken and what have you. So they're gearing up for probably going to be a busy evening here. And here is the where they would actually fry that. You can see you want to put Najon Phenom. Najon Phenom, yo. Okay. Which means very. And Najon Sape. Yo? Okay. So Najon Phenom is very, very delicious, and Najon Sape, of course, is very beautiful. So we'll continue along and see if I can't find the barber up here in just a bit. I wonder what type of a festival this will be. You want to put Angel?
Yeah.
What is the festival this weekend?
It's a beer festival.
A beer festival.
Till Sunday. Yeah.
Till Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. Köszönöm szépen. Thank you. Okay. So they're having a beer festival. Maybe that'll be a good place to go. And boy, they got some nice food here. Look at all of this beautiful. Hello. Tudj Jó? Szia vagyok. Aha. Amerikai, Florida. Do you speak English, Angol? Nem Angol? Ah, okay. You speak Angol. Okay. Fantastic. It looks Najon Phenom. Yo, fantastico. Pasta.
Yes.
Pasta.
Ricotta. Has potato, chicken,
Potato
onion,
chicken.
pasta, chicken, and paprika.
Kínai. Nem kínai.
Nem kínai.
Okay. All right. See ya.
Bye bye.
And here is some nice. Boy, look at the good food here. Just wonderful.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
It's goose and duck.
Duck.
Yes, this.
Salmon.
Yes, of course.
Of
From
everything.
Canada.
Köszönöm szépen. Okay. So it's kind of like a Oktoberfest. It's like an Oktoberfest in June, something along those lines. And here looks like they have some spaghetti right here. You got looks like some spaghetti here. Now this is my favorite. This is the paprika stuffed with cabbage. That is definitely one of my favorites right there. So now you didn't know that going to get a haircut could be so damn interesting, did you? So this festival is going to be going on all weekend, and maybe I'll find my way back over here. But for right now, I am on a mission to get a haircut, and you know, interestingly enough, just beyond these trees over here is the U.S. Embassy, and in front of the U.S. Embassy we have this is the memorial. I believe that this is the tomb of the unknown soldier for the Soviet Union, or Russia, if you will. And this would be the tomb of the, I believe it's the tomb of the unknown soldier. I could be mistaken, but this looks like it was erected in 1945. You see the display right there. They liberated Hungary from the bad Nazis, and then they took over the country. And I don't know that they necessarily did very much better than the Nazis did insofar as treating the Hungarian people. You're not actually supposed to, I don't believe, film the embassy, but the U.S. Embassy is right over here, and I'm not gonna push my luck, but that would be the embassy right there, the U.S. Embassy. All right, so continuing along, almost to the barber, and there's a statue right up here that is perhaps my or sculpture rather, probably my most favorite, or my favorite sculpture in all of Budapest. And this is the sculpture of the one and only Gipper, and it's set against the backdrop of the Parliament building. So there you have the man, Ronald Reagan. Look at that. As you're just walking along here, I'll give you a nice view of that, top to bottom. There's the you can see the signature down there. This came in some time back, shortly after his passing, I believe. And there you got a nice view of the sculpture. And he's looking, interestingly enough, he's looking right at the memorial for the Russian War Memorial. So, all right. So we're almost to the barber, and shouldn't be too long before we do. I actually one of my favorite cafes in Budapest is right over here, and this would be the Farger Cafe. And the Farger Cafe is a great little place owned by a gentleman named John, who is a John is an expat. I don't know if he's in or not, but definitely a nice nice place to come and sit and have a coffee, grab a bite to eat. You want to put? Hold on, John. Cool. And here is the inside. Very, very nice. Very, very nice place to sit. Grab a bite to eat, and just kind of hang out. And I think there's a okay, custom Sapin. But Farger, F-A-R-G-E-R, Farger Point H-U, and I think this is John's dog right here, if I'm not mistaken. This little guy here is John's dog. But anyway, so we'll keep walking along, and Barber should be just up ahead around the corner, if I'm not mistaken. Hello. As far as getting as far as finding a nice place to have Mexican food in Budapest, this is probably probably one of the best. This is the Iguana restaurant, and this place will be packed on a weekend. It's just really a nice place to come and get Mexican food, interestingly enough. And I'm sure that before I leave Budapest, I'll come down and have a bite to eat at the Iguana restaurant. So just around the corner will be the barber shop, and we'll go see if the barber is in or not. All right, as many times as I've been here, I often have to kind of refresh my memory as to exactly where the barber shop is located. I believe it is just up here. But again, it's been a few years since I've been here, so I don't know if he is still in business or not. We'll have to see. I can't recall whether he is up this way or down a little bit. He may have retired, but he's not here. No. You can get like a chocolate right here, or an ice cream. So I've got to walk back. I might have actually just walked right past his shop if in fact he hasn't closed up shop after all these years. So I would have sworn that he was just right up here, but we'll see. We'll see if I can't find his barber shop. Interestingly enough, in addition to doing men's hair, he also cuts women's hair and styles women's hair as well. So now there's a change store here, and this might have been where his barber shop was at one time. Interestingly enough. Well, he might have closed. Well, they say things never change, but apparently in this situation, I guess it did. The barber is no more, it would seem, unless he just simply moved his shop lock, stock, and barrel. So I'm going to have to find a new barber, if I will. Okay, so I didn't find my my barber, but maybe I found a new barber, and it's going to cost me 3,400 or 3,500 forint, and he's looks like he's doing a pretty good job. I think he's like giving me a massage, like a scalp massage or something like that, you know. So he doesn't speak any English. Namango. Namango?
No.
Namango. Thomas Vajok.
Maximum munkadik ennyi.
Istvan.
Én csak
Balázs.
magyarul.
What's your name?
Zoltán.
Zoltan. Zoli.
Zoli.
Zoli. Yo. Okay. So Zoli is going to cut my hair.
Igen.
And he didn't have the little paper, but I told him kitschy off the top. Not that there's a lot on the top to take off, mind you. So I said kitschy off the top, get rid of the sideburns, and get rid of the sideburns, and you know, the little massage was actually a bonus for me. So he's going to be cutting my hair, making me look good for tonight, right? Egan Zoli? Yo, Egan, you make me look not John yo, Kirai,
Én igyekszem.
not John Kirai.
Én igyekszem.
Najon Kirai is like very cool, you know. I think that's what.
Én még régen, 1977 óta dolgozom a szakmában, vagyis akkor kezdtem.
Persze.
Nem amúgy hittem.
Persze means of course, I think. Persze means of course, and pontosan means exactly. So I don't know. I use those two interchangeably, pontosan and persze. So anyway, we'll let Zoli finish cutting my hair. All right. Boy, I'm telling you, you know, they don't mess around. When you get a haircut in Budapest, boy, you really get a haircut. Look at this. I'm getting the royal treatment here. Zoli is giving me a nice shampoo after having gotten a wonderful haircut. You know, for as little hair as I've got, you know, I'm kind of surprised at how long it actually took him to do it. But nagyon jó, Zoli.
Köszönöm.
Nagyon jó. Köszönöm szépen.
Én köszönöm szépen.
Uh-huh. Okay. So there it is, folks. Is this good YouTube or what? I mean, just it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I found a new barber here in Budapest, Zoltan. You know, Zoltan, the names over
Köszönöm
here,
szépen a reklámot.
the names over here, you know, you've got Zoltan, you've got Balázs, you've got, who else do you have? You have George and Tomas and you know, all the typical names. But, oh, Deo. Yo Melegvan.
Bocsánat.
Yo Melegvan, which is
Bocsánat.
it's very warm, you know. Yo is good, and meleg is
Bocs, nem
warm.
volt direkt. Elnézést.
Yeah,
Így jó.
nem
Így jó.
hideg.
Így jó.
Hideg is cold. Meleg is warm.
Hát az
So
nem annyira igen.
yeah. So getting the royal treatment here
És most?
from
Most
Zoli.
szuper.
Yo.
Most jó.
Yo. And this is going to set me back 3,500 forint is what this is going to set me back. So somebody out there, maybe you can go on a currency converter and do the calculation as to what this is costing in U.S. dollars. It's 3,500 Hungarian forint, and I'll probably tip him 500 or 1,000 forint on top of that. So we'll wrap this up here in just a little bit. I want to enjoy this. You know, maybe I'll come back and get a haircut tomorrow. We'll see. If not, maybe just a shampoo. Okay, so I'm back at the chair, And I'm curious to know what else Zoli might have in store for me. We'll see. You know, maybe he'll give me a little, spray me with some perfume and, oh, Kitchi Meg?
Picit may chodzi
Uh-huh.
that.
Boy, he's gonna make me look, like a movie star. Oh, here comes the straight razor. So he's got the straight razor going on here. Deo. Fantastic. Just fantastic. You know, I mean, you're not going to get a haircut like this in the United States for 3,500 foreign. Whatever that equates to. You know, I usually just do the math. It's probably about, I round off to 300 foreign on the dollar. So $10 would be 3,000 foreign. And so I'm probably, this haircut's going to set me back maybe $20. We'll see. Zoli's phone keeps ringing. I think it's all of his girlfriends. I think all of Zoli's girlfriends are calling him. Right, Zoli? Uh-huh. It's Zoli's on you. Calling. So, boy, this was really, you know, it just goes to show you, you know, in life, when things don't work out the way you want them to, you know, going to the barber and finding that he's no longer there, you find another barber, and this barber's just as wonderful as the last barber. So, and I didn't even need a piece of paper. Oh, not John Kirai. Not John Kirai.
Köszönöm szépen.
Yeah. All right. So.
És egy gyors szarikás.
Yo. Okay. Now comes the blow dry. Yeah. Zoli probably thinks I'm crazy, as do a lot of people watching this video, I'm sure. But we'll let Zoli finish up. All right. I think it goes without saying that Zoli did an incredible job. Boy, I got more than I bargained for. So with that in mind, I got to get home and shower up and get ready for a night on the town. So we'll go out and find something fun to do tonight, I'm sure. And as I walk away, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't show you the salon's name. It's Radhai or something along those lines. So I'm not sure what street that I'm on. But you can see, you can get manicure, pedicure here. There's their phone number right there. So let's get on with the summer adventure.